Immature and undisciplined, my imagination ran riot. What were they like, these men whose already incinerated remains had been blasted into oblivion by the 75mm shells of our friend in the Sherman? My attitude to war was ambivalent. Undoubtedly, I was part pacifist, but despite an abysmal record in mathematics, and particularly in geometry, I was moderately logical for my age. This clearly ruled out total dedication to pacifism. I had previously discussed the concept of conscientious objection with clergy of all denominations, but none of them could give me constructive answers to my questions. The privations and suffering of 18 Platoon hurt me. An infantry subaltern is faced with a conflict which cannot be resolved. One gets emotionally involved with those under one's command. Without this bond, few men will respond, and consequently, little can be achieved. However, to win battles, decisions have to be taken and orders given, which at times may seem to be a betrayal of this trust. Before battle, the commander must exude confidence and enthusiasm, whatever fears his private thoughts may hold. Just how thin a line divides this from deliberate deception? I call it the commander's dilemma. A pretentious phrase, but there is nothing to be done about it. In Nicholas Montserrat's book, The Cruel Sea, poor Commander Erickson makes the point with poignancy. It's the war. The whole bloody war. We've just got to do these things and say our prayers at the end. There was another side, possibly caused by adrenaline. Danger attracted and excited me. I felt elated, and until the battle was over, I was impervious to exhaustion. Commanding a platoon in battle demands not only a clear mind, but also considerable emotional force. I suspect it is the same transmitted force that exists between a conductor and orchestra. 40 years later, the dilemma of my ambivalence is still unresolved. I find the suffering inflicted by war unacceptable, particularly amongst women, children, and animals. Thank God I was spared the horrific sights at Falaise. On some days, I am a pacifist. And yet I'm still attracted by the sounds of guns, and, but for an extraordinarily happy marriage, would have found it difficult to resist the lure of soldiering. So what he calls the commander's dilemma is what I call the dichotomy of leadership. And that one is the premier of them all. And that is, as a leader, as a combat leader, you are going to love your men and care about them more than anything else in the world. And with that, you are going to make decisions and make plans where you are sending those men into a situation where they can be wounded or killed, and that's it. And that is the ultimate dichotomy of leadership. That is the hardest one to balance.